Well, today's the first Tuesday in about 2.5 to 3 years that I forgot it was Tuesday and should have been expecting Christian. I completely forgot. 9:30, it suddenly dawned on me, Christian haven't turned up. Normally, I'm ready. I'm ready by the door at 9 o'clock, but I forgot this week. I don't know why, particularly this week. Perhaps I'm getting danted with it, who knows. Right, where were we then? Well, I'm a bit surprised at this. I've just had a brief look at the judging, and it's a bit of an odd one this week. I can't really figure it out. So I'm there, zone 3, and a solid zone, middle of zone 3. It's not even borderline. And I'm more concerned about the fact that how much higher than where I've gone the winning cross is. Because if you remember on Saturday, we looked at the coordinates and we'd all gone in a line along here. We weren't quite sure where to go, left or right. But height-wise, most of us were on the horizontal because, you could see he was doing the horizontal. So I ended up in zone 3, so I'm a bit surprised at that. I've just briefly had a look at the judging. So, let's have a look. So this is where the judges have gone, right? And this is the end. I know I'm rushing. I bumped into my neighbour today. Moved into this new block of flat 3 months ago, and I've seen my next door neighbour about 3 times. But I saw him earlier on. His mates in work have conned him into having a housewarming party because I'm not sure if he's Indian or Malaysian or what. But he told me he's having a party tonight. Turn up at 5 o'clock or just after. Because his friends in work have told him, because he's got a new place, it's tradition in his country that you have to have a party. So he said he's having a small party. So the first thing I asked him about was, well, what food are you having? Well, it turns out he's a chef. So he's going to be cooking this afternoon, apparently. So let's get this done and dusted so I can get in there for some delicious, tasty, East Asian, lovely cooking. Right. So what's thrown me here is I was already concerned that the average was a lot higher than sort of made sense, really. But if you look at this, there's 3 crosses all the way up here. Now, all right, I heard one of the first judge they spoke to said, he's going through the rigmarole saying, well, obviously he's headed it, and yes, obviously he's headed it because of the position of his body. But I can't understand how we were pretty unanimous in our decision about going along there, which there's sort of 2 or 3 along that sort of horizontal line there. But how on earth these 3 have gone up here, I'm baffled by that. I thought some might go a little bit higher. I didn't think they'd even go as high as this white cross, but to have 3 of them going all the way up there like that, I'm quite surprised at that. The left to right bit, we were confused over that as well. We weren't sure. This guy on the right here, couldn't see his eyes. He wasn't really a lot of use to us. But I'm just surprised how high they've gone there. And this is the end result. I've skimmed straight to the end because they didn't take any out. Which I'm surprised at again. But then again, now I say that, they're... what would you take out? I suppose, is there much of a cluster? You've got 3 grouped together here. There's one where the white cross is because he's talking to him. There's 3 at the top and there's one over here on the right. So it's quite a big scattering. So I'm not even sure. What would I do? If ideally, I would take out the top 3 and the one on the right. But then that's half the judges gone as it is. You can't really do that. But I'm thrown this week because they're completely baffled by this judging. How 3 of the judges thought it could be that high when he's clearly looking along the horizontal. A little bit of wavering up or down, of course, because we look at it in different ways, but that's got me beat, that. So needless to say, I had 15% back. Right, let's get on with it, because I'm getting hungry now. This week's picture. Now, I've moved this cross a couple of times, because when I done it, you can see my cross by there, look. When I done the first cross yesterday afternoon, I had gone much steeper and further over to the left. So I was just on the edge of this pillar thing at the back, this different colour. I was on the edge of there. Then I looked again, and I moved it further right. Then I looked again earlier on, and I thought, you know what, he's not looking as high as I originally thought he was. If I draw some lines from him up there, see, I think he might be looking a little bit higher still. Not quite sure there. But he wasn't looking as steeply as I originally thought he was. This guy's a tricky one. It looks pretty clear cut there, but is it though? Because he's not turning directly to face the ball, as he's sort of he's looking sort of out the corners of his eyes at the distance, and he's even looking at the centre. So that's where I've gone there for my first cross of the week, and I've already moved it 3 times. So I don't know. It's sort of, it lines up there at the moment with this guy on the left's head. It's not as steep as I originally thought, and I'm sort of okay with this guy at the moment. But you see, sometimes you can look at it and think, yeah, well, that's clear cut, like we did with last week's picture. You know, we nearly all thought he was looking along the horizontal. Well, he was. And then you have 3 of the judges in, which go, you know, much steeper than he's actually looking, and it doesn't make sense. And I think that'll be the same thing that'll happen with this. I think this is going to be a difficult one for the judges, because I think they're going to have a hugely varying opinion on where they think this is going to be. Anyway, let me know what you think. Leave me a coordinate. We'll make another video on Saturday, see what they are. Let me know how you got on, because I think this would have thrown us, a lot of us this week. I doubt if many of us had gone as high as the judges' average has gone. Right, let's move on to, I'm sure I can smell cooking. Or perhaps it's just my mind playing tricks, because I know what's coming. Revcomps. Now, I only had 1 ticket on last night's draw. I was in for the Mercedes, the 4-wheel drive Mercedes estate, and the caravan. Needless to say, I didn't win it. You can tell by the lack of excitement. So for Thursday's draw, I originally did 1 on this camper van, and because this Mini was so cheap, I done 3 on this Mini. But I've since done 1 on this Range Rover. I'm not sure why. Someone just told me to do 1 on a Range Rover. I think I must have won on a Bandit in town or something. So I had a bit of extra money, so I did another one on there. I haven't gone for this Porsche, although there's only 2,000 tickets, and the ticket's only 25 quid ahead. So the ticket, so you know, that's probably not a bad thing. They added some more then last night for next Monday. Not much there I fancied. Cheap tickets on this McLaren, £120,000 cash alternative, but what stopped me so far is 50,000 tickets. Really huge odds, and so far I haven't touched it. Land Rover Defender, I haven't bothered. This is 25 quid a ticket, near enough. It's on the early bird, so it's going to go up to 25, or no, it'll go up higher than that, isn't it? It's 10% off. So it's going to go up to about 26, 27 quid. Love an MG Midget. My brother had one of these back in 78, I think it was. He had a brand new one. And he had it for a few years. And I drove it a lot. But it was a later model than this. It had the big thick black bumpers on it and everything. I had some great fun in that. I did do one earlier on, only because after last night's draw, I had an email saying I'd won £10 credit in the what's the word thing they do. So I won £10 credit, and I had £2 credit in it anyway, so I had one on this Audi, mainly because it's the diesel. The petrol ones I find a bit thirsty, but this is a diesel with automatic. It's the black edition. I thought, yeah, I'll have some of that. And the funny thing is, when I looked up the tax on it, it's £600 a year tax, because it cost over £40,000 when it was new. But that's only up until the 30th of September, because then it's 5 years old, and then after the 30th of September it drops to £190 a month. So if I win this, I'm going to tell them to hang on to it for a week or two, because I'm going to insure it from the tax it from the 1st of October, even though I'll be itching to drive it. Auto draws. I got 3 tickets on this, which is getting drawn today. That's the Seat Leon FR. It's a 1.4 turbo petrol. I looked at the tax on this as well. It's £35 because it's a 2016, and a 0 to 60 something like 7.7 seconds or somewhere around there. So it's fast and cheap to run. So I thought, oh yeah, I'd like to win that tonight. In fact, I think I will win that tonight. I got a couple on this Mini here. I haven't bothered with the others, although I did go for this I just got one. I used some of my £10 that I won and just got one because it's like on this Fiesta ST. Because it was a case of, well, I'm not really desperate to win it, but if I win it, I win it, and it'll be a playful thing, a toy. So it's like one of those let's take a punt on it sort of thing because it's like £2.50 a ticket. So that's what I did. But I haven't got anything on this Golf R or this other Land Rover or this van or the little. Well, I haven't got a loan, so that's no good to me. But yeah, that's where we are so far. So yeah, leave me a coordinate and let me know you got on. And I'm going to enjoy myself tonight, scoffing lots of foreign food. So good luck, everyone.